This morning, Elon Musk announced that he's going to be stepping aside as CEO of Twitter. Replacing him will be the woman that you're seeing on the side of the screen, Linda Yaccarino, former ad sales chief at NBC Universal. We're gonna be diving into what we know about her background, but before even that, you should know that like pretty much every business decision Elon Musk has made in the past couple of years, people are not happy about this. But what makes this particular announcement unique is that pretty much no one is happy about this, including people who have spent the last year and a half plus with no hobby more near and dear to their heart than licking his boots on a daily basis. And it has to do with her prior work. So we're gonna dive into all of that. But first, here's the announcement. Elon Musk saying, I'm excited to welcome Linda Yaccarino as the new CEO. She'll focus primarily on business operations while I focus on product design and new technology. So if you are a fan of, for instance, what he has done to the blue check, don't worry, he's still going to be in charge of the creative process. Looking forward to working with Linda to transform this platform into X, the everything app, which he believes people want Twitter to become. I've seen no evidence of that, but he's staking billions and billions of dollars on it. Anyway, if you can't win over cat turd, as the saying goes, how are you gonna win over everyone else? Cat turd responded to this saying, Elon Musk, the woke mind virus is a threat to the world. Also, Elon Musk, I just hired a far left loon deeply infected with the woke mind virus to run Twitter. Twitter 2.0 was fun while it lasted. Get ready for it to suck again. Jesus, cat turd, calm down, buddy, okay? Anyway, Dalton bro, another person says, again, I don't know who this person is. They have a blue check, so someone important, I don't know. I think I speak for many when I say the reason I pay $8 a month is so that you wouldn't choose someone like that to run Twitter. Great job. And look, if you cannot expect in good faith that paying the richest man in the world $8 a month doesn't give you veto power over who becomes CEO, what can you have faith in anymore? Anyway, DK says, WEF member, the World Economic Forum, agent of the New World Order. Just like you can't fool me, Elon. So lots of people are really mad for a lot of different reasons. There was invocations of the woke mind virus because you need to understand, and I get why they're concerned. Linda Yaccarino wore masks during the pandemic. So obviously she's a psychopath. And she was a part of the World Economic Forum, which exists as a real entity in the real world, and then also exists for right wingers as like the spawning pod for lizard elites. I don't know, but they have a lot of theories about what it means to be a part of it. In any event, her expertise, to the extent that she appears to have it, is on ad sales, and Elon Musk is desperate to sell more ads because just trying to get $8 a month from people like Cat Turd is not actually paying the bills. Yeah. What do you think?
Look, Cernovich is a guy who used to be considered the very extreme of the right wing, alt-right, just supernova toxic, right? Now he's saying, oh, you got extremists on the left and extremists on the right against her, so she must be the right choice. So I get two things out of that, okay? Number one, if Cernovich is not at the extreme right wing, the extreme right wing is now on a different planet entirely, right? So, and they are, and you could tell, right? So, I mean, the reactions here are hilarious. She's a right winger. She was put on a council by Donald J. Trump. She follows Cat Turd and all the other lunatics. She seems to be a bona fide, deep, weirdo right winger, okay? I don't really know that, guys. I just know who she follows, that Trump likes her. She seems to be right wing. Elon Musk really likes her, etc. Do I know her whole heart and her whole history? No, I don't know, okay? But of course, everybody on the internet does, okay? But by all accounts, based on her resume, she's a conservative, right? They're like, no, she once wore a mask. Rip her face off. Like, I mean, what's hilarious though is, what did you expect? Did you expect that he was, a Cat Turd also I think said like, oh, it's just like more CEOs from one multi-billion-dollar company going to another multi-billion-dollar company. They never pick any outsiders who have no business experience. Good reason for that. Okay, like in politics, I think you should pick outsiders. But I added the part about with no business experience, but whoever that is said like, can you believe they're not picking outsiders? But you need business experience. That's like
if you don't have it, you end up with something like Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be like, oh my God, and I got all the love in the world for gardeners, but like, hey, let's take you and make you the head of Twitter. He doesn't know how to do the job. It's like if you put me as a mechanic, I don't know how to do the job. You can't have a rando do it. It's like they're like, oh, I can't believe you picked a business person. And then this is my absolute favorite part. It looks like all he wants to do is make money.
No, Cenk, he wants free speech.
They just figured it out, Loz. They just figured it out.
Yeah, at the time when Elon acquired the company, there were like actually smart people who follow this tech stuff. Like my guy Ben Thompson, who was like, yo, this has the potential to be a great thing because Twitter has been such a rudderless company, and now that it's under one leadership, a guy can come in and break things and start doing things a different way and build it up and make it a better company. However, you don't just break things for the sake of breaking it. You say, all right, we're not gonna do things this way, we're doing it a different way, and have the vision and the patience to actually see these ideas through. That's not what Elon did. He did the opposite. He said, let's break this, then break that, then reverse course, then come back, then do this. And it's like obviously not working, and he's failing at it. And what I would tell these people who wanna tie ideology into all of this crap, what makes a social network successful is that a lot of people wanna use it. The reason why a lot of people wanna use it is because the social network is curating and creating pleasant experiences for said people. That is even true on Twitter, which is by far the most miserable of all of the social media apps, right? And so that's it. They have to create a product that people like. The Chinese government is not importing communist ideals into TikTok. I'm sorry, they just giving people cat videos because they know that's what they like and moving on with their lives. Like this isn't some conspiracy, it's not rocket science. It's just the business of this particular part of the economy, which is social networks.
Yeah,
that's it. It's not that hard to understand.
So look, I think, yeah, exactly. He wants to make money. He wants to make Twitter what he thinks it needs to be. At least from my point of view, and obviously I'm biased. He has a terrible read on what people want out of Twitter, and he is completely incapable of even pursuing the stupid goals that he has. So he doesn't know what he's doing, so you bring in an expert or whatever, an expert at least on ad sales, and she's not gonna be the one calling the shots. He can have whatever title he wants or no title at all. He's the one who's gonna be calling the shots until he decides that he's interested in corgis or something, or bicycles, I don't know, and then that's what he's going to be doing 24 hours a day. In the same way that he was briefly interested in tunnels and briefly interested in like flamethrowers and briefly interested in Mars, and now he doesn't remember any of that stuff. So I don't know her, I don't know her heart. I also really don't care because, look, I'm gonna keep it real, honestly, I don't really care what happens to Twitter at this point. Like, I know that there are people like Cat Turd that think it's fun or whatever. How many people are actually in that group? How many people think that Twitter's best days are in front of it? So the question I guess I have for you guys is, how many or any of you do you think that she will actually be successful in getting people to want to use it again? And more importantly, that's not really what she's there to do. She's there to use her business contacts for her business career to get people to advertise on it again because they desperately need money. The issue is, for his entire career, or at least for the last 15 years, he was able to, by the mere presence of him in a company, make it seem interesting and dynamic and cool. Along the way, he generated an aura of supposedly knowing about coding or engineering when he doesn't seem to know anything about any of those things. But it's all flipped now. Now it is, even if he were to back off of Twitter, he has tainted it with his toxic presence. And how do you untaint a social media site that, as Waz pointed out, was already hated quite a bit before Elon Musk made it worse?
Yeah, so look, why did he hire? Simplest thing in the world. There's two reasons why. He's not the only owner of Twitter. He got a whole bunch of his super rich friends to put in.
He got a lot of loans.
Yeah, exactly. He got a lot of loans, and he got a bunch of his rich friends to put in billions of dollars on top. And now they all have buyer's remorse. It's not worth anywhere near $44 billion. And he's not good at running it. Plus, the people who have Tesla stock, et cetera, are saying, hey, why are you spending your entire time on this failure of a business when you actually have a business that could succeed, and that actually is where all of your money is coming from. So you better hurry up and get the hell back to actual business. So that's part one. Part two is, of course, John's right. Her giant expertise is ad sales. She was head of ad sales for NBC Universal. That's her whole thing. She's got to bring in what? The money, Lebowski. Okay, that's how businesses work. When the right wing realized that he wasn't doing it just for freedom of speech, the ability to say racist things on Twitter. It turns out it wasn't for that. It was for money. Okay, of course, right? And now, by the way, some of them are attacking her for literal. Okay, this was in my comment section. For being a woman, and they're like, Cenk, you don't understand. We're not attacking her because we're conspiracy theorists. We're attacking her because she's a woman.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Wait, are you sure that makes it better?
Elon has been infected with the woke mind virus. Even Elon has been infected. It's almost like The Last of Us.
In fact, but they really think that. So one of the charges is she's a woman. She's gonna get, they say she's gonna get emotional. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable, okay? And then they say, oh, she says on her resume that she cares about diversity. Boo!
Kill her!
Lock her up at least.
She's a witch.
And guys, look, if it sounds like we're making fun of you, if you're an extreme right-wing conspiracy theorist, you are finally hearing something correctly. Okay, that is true, we are. But I need you to focus. It doesn't mean that the establishment is lovely. Like, you hate the establishment, right? I got it, you're not wrong about that. But that doesn't mean lizard people run the world. The World Economic Forum is basically a neoliberal organization, which ironically in our political terminology means a conservative organization. They're like, oh, they're gonna kill everybody. No, they're not. How would they make money off of them if they killed them all? No, their big grand scheme is to make more money. Okay, it's not complicated. They're not coming for your lives, they're coming for your wallet. And so focus, I know it's impossible for you guys, and Cernovich likes her, that means she's definitely a right winger. She's gonna try to bring these people super fine. And the last thing is it gonna work? Well, now they're in a conundrum, because just earlier in the week, they bring in Tucker Carlson, and Tucker Carlson, especially if they rig the algorithm, will have tons of people watching him on Twitter, okay? But the problem is advertisers hate Tucker Carlson. And in fact, 40 of them came back to Fox News when Tucker was fired. So she's now gonna have to try to go get advertisers when their biggest star is gonna be a guy that advertisers don't want any part of, partly because he pushes cat-turd conspiracy theories about how you gotta laser your crotch to be a man or something, right? So that's going to be an impossible job. So good luck to her. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.